All opinions are my own and are not an endorsement of any position, program, religion, or political affiliation. My channel is for information and entertainment. I ask that you like, share, and subscribe.
Guys, it's not going to work if you don't put 100% in it.
Oh, I'm feeling it.
I feel
I'm
you,
definitely
Dr.
feeling
Feel Good. Nasty J, what are your thoughts since you're smiling?
I'm speechless.
Jackson.
I'm speechless right now. I'm trying to get into it.
Are you nervous? Are you feeling shameful, embarrassed?
It's a weird exercise. I've never tried anything like this before in my life, so it's weird. Yeah. But
Okay.
it's a new experience.
Okay, well, this is for,
The beginning of it.
So, Dr. Feelgood, I'm going to turn it over to you for your second stage.
Okay. Now, here's what I'm going to do more of a thought exercise. I'm just going to go around the room and ask, is there someone in your life or someone in your past or someone you thought that you would really want to bond, not only physically, because we all got that people we'd like to F if we had the chance, spiritually, meaning we want to touch folks and reach a deeper connection, and mentally, getting to a point where you know where each other, what each other's thoughts are, and be able to be a union. I'll start off with you, Action.
Repeat the question.
Have you had somebody or had somebody that made you want to connect with them on a deeper level instead of, we all had that person we wanted to F. We all had that person that met us on that intellectual level. We had that person that met us on the spiritual level. We also had that person that meant, you could finish each other's sentences. Who in your past, present, or future have you had that feeling towards that you want to get to know on a deeper level?
I think I have that person right now, so I'm good. My wife,
Okay. Okay. How long have y'all been together?
Since 2013.
Okay. Were y'all married the whole time, or?
No, we got married in 2017.
Okay, so 4 years together. And when did you notice that you were finishing her sentences? Because I'm sure y'all do that.
Yes. I guess when we were on family members and friends, and we just realized we start compete, especially when we do events or activities, I know what she likes, you know what I'm saying? And vice versa. But I think that helped through conversation over time though.
Right.
So yeah, similar interests and likes.
Now, would you be more adventurous in the bedroom for that form of intimacy where and you don't have to answer that graphically. Would you like to have a form of intimacy where it takes a long time just to be able to bond?
I think the time frame now is perfect in my opinion.
Okay, because women like to cuddle, and it can be cuddling and get hot.
Well, I love to cuddle. I love to play footsie. So
thank you. Let's go to Ryan. Ryan, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Have you ever had somebody in the past, present, or future that you want to get to know on more than a physical level?
Yes.
Are they in your life now, or?
No, not in my life.
What happened, if you're willing to express?
I could just say we went separate ways.
So y'all grew apart.
Yes.
Understandable. I mean, don't have to go into details, but if you had a chance to rekindle with that person to get to know them on a deeper level, would you?
At the moment, I'm not sure.
That's a valid answer.
Just don't know how it will play out. So
that's understandable. That's understandable. I appreciate the candor. Miss Marilyn, can you hear me?
Sorry, I can. I was struggling to get you off unmute.
I always say sometimes we got to be smarter than the equipment. I understand totally. So do you have somebody who you've ever wanted to know on a deeper level, more than just physical?
It's hard for me to answer that question because I feel like for me, in order to get physical with someone, I have to know them on an emotional level. So I don't, do you mean someone that I just saw and I'm like attracted to them, or?
No. I mean, I'm talking about in a stage of life. If you never had anybody, is there somebody you might think of that in that way?
I don't know. Like, so
I
somebody that
mean,
I don't know that I
no,
would
not, you don't have to know them. I'm just saying it. Let me put it this way: everybody has somebody that they just want to have physical intercourse with, right? Am I off with that?
a little bit for me. Yeah.
But everybody has somebody that they can get the business.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is that, and you didn't have to have done the business with them, but is somebody that you knew in the past, your present, or maybe somebody you had in mind, saying, I wouldn't mind getting to know somebody on a deeper level, make a deeper connection.
Gotcha. So for me, I like to consider myself as like a demisexual. When I see someone, I can't just like, oh, he looks good, I want to have sex with him. So for me, the attraction isn't there. I'm more so attracted to an emotional level. So everyone that I've ever been physical with, I've had to know them on a deeper level. Like, for instance, I've never had a one night stand before, like, or just have sex for just purely sex.
Okay. And have any of those people have they ever led you to anything more than just not casual, but not, because you don't sound like you do casual, but somewhat relationship type, any type of relationship, whether it was long term or ring?
Yeah, so I was married for 10 years, and every relationship that I've had, every person that I've been physical with, it's been in a long-term relationship. So I've never had like casual sex. So I don't think I can relate to this.
No, I can understand, and that's why I worded it like I did, because you don't sound like you do casual. So, but that you did have relationships. May I ask what happened between you and the last person that you were serious with?
I feel like for me, so I'm on a personal journey where I'm always trying to better myself, and I'm always constantly evolving. And he was too comfortable with being complacent. So I decided to go our separate ways, if that makes sense. Because when you especially like a marriage, you have to choose that person over and over again. And I chose not to. I don't want to be.
So you got to your point, was like, we're not growing together, we're growing apart.
Yes, I felt like I was growing and he was just in the same place.
Still growing apart. Only one of y'all growing, right?
I so.
Thank you for your candor. I'm going to move on. iPhone, are you there, iPhone?
Well, we got two iPhones now. iPhone in the middle, iPhone to the right, iPhone,
either
any
one.
iPhone.
Any iPhone.
I think our iPhones are just listeners because they didn't say anything.
Okay. Mr. Darren, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here.
Have you ever had somebody in your life that you want to know on a deeper level, in your past, your present, or someone you've associated with now, did you ever have the urge to do that?
Yeah, with my wife now.
Okay. How long have you been married?
12 years.
Oh, were y'all together prior to being married, or was it y'all met in Vegas and just decided to jump the rope?
No, we got together after my first and got time to get to know each other. And once we got to know each other,
okay,
for about 2 years before we got married.
Okay. When did you get to a point where y'all were completing each other's sentences and you knew her and she knew you?
Probably about a year in. Because both of us took our time to get to know each other first. We talked about everything from whether we wanted kids, religion, politics, where we wanted to go, what we wanted to do, how we felt about this, that, and the third. We had all those conversations.
Okay. And that's some things that, because some people been married for 15, 20 years and still don't know each other.
And that's one of the things that I learned out of that first union. I would be polite about it for now. But I learned a lot from that. And we were both on the same tip as far as if we're going to be together, we need to know what we're getting into. We need to know the person. I don't need or want any surprises. You don't want or need any surprises. So let's just lay it all out.
Okay.
Yeah, we actually did counseling together, and we did this thing that I don't do it now, but when we first got together and we had more people that were associated with, we did this thing called the 10 Commandments of Marriage, and just ask some basic questions, just simple questions you can ask a person before they get married, and depending on how they answer it, you can basically tell them whether or not they should get married. So we went through all of that before we decided to get married.
Sometimes what people don't realize, a lot of people who don't have solid relationships don't realize is that it's a continuous interview.
It is.
It is a continuous interview. In long-term relationships and marriage, you're constantly asking questions, because as much as we want to say that we're solid people and we're straight, we think differently from minute to minute, from day to day, and our partners have to want to be able to understand us. Sometimes we don't understand. Sometimes our partners understand us better than we understand ourselves. And we have to recognize that, because a lot of times people get upset. They're not upset at their partner per se, but they're upset because they feel that their partner doesn't know them like they think they should. But that's where communication comes in handy, and being able to constantly, you don't have to talk every 20 minutes, but you got to understand. You start off as strangers, you become strange friends, then you become friends, and then you become more than friends, and then you become part of each other. And how that ties in is you're just not going to have practice intimacy, tantric intimacy with some random off the street, or even somebody you just met the first day. It is levels to this, and we have to understand, if we want to be in a relationship, that it's constant. It is work. It is not. There's fun. Hell, we all had fun at work at one time. We didn't hate our jobs all the time, but we didn't love our jobs all the time. But we understood that we had something to do, and it was our duty to do the best job that we could to get the best results.
It's funny that you say you learn your partner almost on a daily basis, but I thought it was so cute. I know you all have heard of the Newlywed Game, and my husband and I, he's deceased now, but when he was living, we won the newlywed game. And I was like, he really knows me, you know, because most of the time you see the newlywed game and the people be hunching each other and beating them down because they thought they should know this. But to become intimate with someone in their mind, body, and spirit is one of the greatest connections that you could ever have. And I went on to read about this tantric sex and things of that nature. I think that when you have a person that communicates well, this might be a key factor for them, because you have to be able to communicate with your partner in order to get to the next level. So I think that's pretty decent. And Darren, great job. Ryan, great job. Bridget, I want to talk to you. Can you hear me, Bridget?
I can hear you.
Do you think you would ever try this, or if you have tried it?
I haven't tried it, but I'm definitely open to it. I mean, I think it's like a mature level thing, and definitely want to be, have that closeness, vulnerability, and all the things that come with it. I think I'd be open to it. I'm not sure what it would all entail, but that's why I'm tuning in tonight to learn a little bit more.
Okay, it's nothing like learning, because knowledge is power. That's what I tell them. I see we have someone else that came on. I thank you, iPhone, for putting up a picture so we won't have to say iPhone 1, iPhone 2. Thank you so much. Tamara, can you hear us, Tamara? Well, I guess Tamara can't hear us, but okay. So Dr. Feelgood, you were saying, and I jumped in.
I was going to go to Iris next. Miss Iris, can you hear me? Welcome to the show.
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you for the welcome.
Let me ask, are you married?
No.
Are you in a long-term relationship?
Yes.
Okay, if you said no, I was going to ask you, do you like long walks at the beach?
I like this too, but yeah.
Anyway, in your long-term relationship, how long have you guys been together, if I may ask?
It's been on and off for about 3 years.
On and off.
Yeah,
now,
sometimes we're on, sometimes we're off. At the moment, we're on.
That's understandable. That's understandable. Everybody, like I said, you're not going to love your job all the time. You're not going to hate your job all the time. But some days are better than others. The biggest thing is, do you guys know each other on more than a physical level or a surface level?
Yeah, I would believe so.
Can you give me an example of how he knows you or how you know him?
He knows the things I like and definitely knows the things I don't like.
Such
and
as?
the same with him. He knows if he's getting me food, no spicy. I know that if he's putting up something, not to come asking to help, because he don't like that.
Let me ask a question. Do you feel compelled sometimes to want to help even when he asks you not to?
Yes, that's just me being me.
Right. So my question is that why do you think you do that?
In general, I just like to assist. And that's just not with him, but with people in general.
And that's understandable. It's no judgment zone here. I'm just saying, because a lot of times, especially men, we don't like asking for help. We do not like asking for help, and that's just that I can truly say as a man, that's a man thing. However, when the opportunity comes, we will accept help, but we don't want our significant other to help us much, because that way we think that makes us look weak or something like that. Now, that's not every man. I'm not gonna say all or every, but that's usually why a lot of men don't ask, because they don't want to be perceived as they can't and possibly be perceived as weak. So in the 3 years y'all been together, what was the most romantic thing that he's done for you?
Romantic thing. He cooks for me. I find that romantic.
Hey, no, I mean, hey, that's does he usually cook for you, or is he a good
No.
cook, first of all?
No.
Did he make you shrimp
There's no
Alfredo?
normal cooking.
Okay, so that's good. It's the thought that counts, because a lot of times people don't appreciate other people for what they do for them. That's stuff that didn't have to do, but they felt that it would be a nice gesture. So that's wonderful. I appreciate your candor. Miss Marlena, holla at your boy.
What's going on? Good evening.
All right, good evening, and always, as always, we're glad to have you on the show. My question is that to you: did you ever want to be around somebody, or did you know somebody, or in the future want to be around somebody that you want to get to know better?
Like meaning like first like an ex?
An ex, current, or
Or
somebody you might be lusting after.
Definitely not an ex.
It could be
Yeah.
anything.
Okay, well, yeah. If anybody, then yeah, of course.
And how long were y'all together?
Child, she thinking about Chris Brown, and that's far fetched from it.
Hey, I'm with you, Marlena. I'm
She's
pretty
thinking about Chris,
Okay.
and that's not realistic.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I always used to say that that Gabrielle Union was my next ex-wife. So I understand where that's coming from.
Mine is a terrible thing to waste, people.
Hey, and a waste is a terrible thing not to mind.
Okay.
The next one I'm looking at is iPhone with the picture. Miss iPhone with the picture, how you doing? What's your name? Holla at your boy.
Oops.
She may be busy. We can come back to her.
Okay. Lady T, I know you're already in the deeps of nuptials and stuff like that, and so how long did it take for your husband to get to know you?
Like off the bat, we were really connected. I actually had my first orgasm with him. So and I didn't even know what that was at the time, you know.
You thought he broke you?
Just know stuff was shooting out and I didn't know what it was.
It's like, oh, you broke me up.
Oh.
Thanks for sharing that, Lady T. Now we know.
Hey, I mean,
no judgment zone. I mean,
I agree.
It took like 30 years to get there, but I finally experienced it. And one of the factors was to just let go, let me be me, let me do me. And, you know, he took the time to learn my body, to learn how to touch me, how to like think you know, my body and mind with him. So I mean, right off the bat, we just connected and we had the harmony going. But when I, you know, experienced that for the first time, no one told me, you know, this is how it is. And sure enough, the videos didn't show all that. But when I did experience it by just letting go and taking my time, I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, and that's understandable, because a lot of times when we're, you know, we've lived the life for so long and not experienced anything like that, especially ladies, because truth be told, most men don't care if y'all get orgasm or not. You know, we just want to get ours. But it takes a true person who cares about a person to learn that person's body and mind. So that's why it ties back to Tantra, because A woman can't climax unless her mind is free. And how do you get a woman's mind free? By making her feel safe, taken care of, loved, and respected. How do you do that? You got to get to know the woman. And a lot of guys are just here. A lot of guys just here for today. A lot of guys are just here for today, but you know,
tomorrow.
A true guy that's really into you is going to get to know your body. And men have a selfish reason behind that, because we always want to come back. You be mad at me, but I just ring the ding dong and you be like, I hate you, but come on in. Make me feel like that again. If I'm lying up, you know, they say good sex covers a multitude of sins. But it's funny though that, you know, some people can know each other right away, and some people could be together for years and years and years and don't really know. And that is something of a kind of a, you know, some people are afraid to let their deepest, darkest desires be known. Because hell, I know if a woman told me, you know, that she was holding back and she was saying that, you know, we broke up, and she said, you know, I really want to have an orgy, but I was afraid to tell you because I judge you.
Have an orgy or an orgasm?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. No, orgy. Yes.
Orgy. O-R-G-Y.
Oh, okay.
Multiple
that's
people
the
doing multiple
problem.
things. But
yeah,
the
that's
thing
the
is,
problem.
though,
People are ashamed. They're ashamed of letting go.
And at me, I would be, because you thought that little of me that I would not understand you or say yes or no.
Feel good. You would have been down like 4 flat tires. Hush your mouth.
But that's beside the point.
Feel good.
That is beside the point. I'm just saying, if you felt that you couldn't tell me that, then why are you with me if we're trying to get deeper?
Well, feel good. Check it out now. We got some hot stuff going on in this here chat. I'm not understanding. Darren, he says, that is so wrong. It is true, but so wrong, especially if you give a 2 for 1, then